First in high definition. Live, local, late breaking. This is WMBF News Today at 5:30.
The death of a popular county councilman will certainly leave a lot of questions unanswered. We have reaction to Bob Grabowski's death from those who knew him best. South Carolina law actually allows you to drink and drive. Why a moped loophole is steering lawmakers in a more responsible direction this morning. Plus, the future has arrived in Myrtle Beach. Robotic surgeons could be filling the OR during your next procedure. Also, closings are us. New homes are attracting a new flood of retirees to Myrtle Beach, and this building boom seems unstoppable. We're live to explain, but we begin with our First Alert team. Marla Branson has your Right Now forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, and it is hard to beat a forecast like this. A treat repeat. How many days in a row is this gorgeous weather? A little chilly right now in Florence, 49 degrees. Even cooler in Darlington, 45 with 42 in Lumberton. But the closer you get to the water, the warmer those temperatures are this morning. 57 in Myrtle Beach right now. For now, we do have clear skies, but we will notice a little bit of cloud cover try to work its way in throughout the day today. So overall today, a nice mix of sun and clouds, plenty of sunshine, but you will notice some more cloud cover. A little breezy once we get to midday for that round of golf, 66 degrees. Temperatures climbing to the upper 60s, close to 70 this afternoon for the Grand Strand. Into the mid-70s for the PD. I think the biggest complaint on the golf course might be all of that pollen this afternoon. Let's get a check on the roads now with Brittany.
Thanks, Marla. Well, if you're going to be taking 17 at this point, not seeing a lot of traffic all the way from the back gate to near Broadway at the beach. Our drive is looking just fine this morning. Also, if you're taking 501, I'm just seeing a steady flow of cars at Singleton Ridge. Also 501 at 701. And if you're taking I-95 for your morning commute, not seeing any major delays. I'll keep an eye on the roads, though. And I'll be right back here to update you in just about 10 minutes.
We know you will. Brittany, thank you so much for that. We do appreciate it. You know, surgery can be a real hassle and a pain, especially when it comes to recovery. Hospitals know that. So too does your health insurance company. It's one of the reasons Grand Strand Medical Center now has a special set of arms. It's called the Da Vinci robot. Jenna DeAngelis is live with an exclusive look. And Jenna, this technology really doesn't take anything away from surgeons. In fact, on the contrary, right?
Right, David. You know, the biggest reason a lot of these surgeons at Grand Strand Medical Center like the Da Vinci surgery is because, in 2 words, it's less invasive. The local doctors I spoke with tell me the robot gives them a better overall handle on your surgery.
When you hear the name Da Vinci, you may think of a man who created beautiful work with his hands. And now, that name is showing up here in the operating room at Grand Strand Medical Center. The Da Vinci robot gives doctors an extra, more precise grip on the task at hand.
Robotic equipment gives us the advantages of being able to place 3 to 4 operative ports at the site that we want to operate on. And the equipment has the same mechanisms as our own wrist. So it allows us to perform surgery at such a fine detail.
Dr. Golden says the Da Vinci robot makes laparoscopic surgery more precise. Because of that, procedures can take a shorter amount of time. She uses Da Vinci to perform gynecological procedures like hysterectomies. Dr. Golden says using Da Vinci in a surgery like this could even get a patient out of the hospital in the same day and allow you to recover faster.
If someone has an open hysterectomy or an open female gynecologic surgery, they are out of work for about 6 weeks. But with robotic surgery, an individual can return to her work position in 1 to 2 weeks after surgery.
That's because the robot-assisted surgery allows doctors to make small, minimally invasive incisions in a wide range of surgery. Dr. Matzinger has had his hands on Da Vinci for years.
It's becoming rapidly more prevalent.
He uses the robot to assist him in gallbladder, hernia, and colon surgeries.
Patients recover faster from this because there's less trauma at the time of surgery. So you can imagine if you had a big, long abdominal incision, it takes a lot of time for that to heal. If we can do the same work through small incisions the size of your little finger, then people heal a lot faster.
Now, there's no doubt that there is a learning curve and doctors do admit that, but that's why they undergo safe training with the entire OR team. They recommend if you are interested in the procedure, you talk it over with your doctor first. Reporting live in the studio, Jenna DeAngelis, WMBF News.
Thanks, Jenna. Well, breaking news for you right now. Horry County Fire Rescue is fighting a structure fire in Little River. I don't know much just yet. North Myrtle Beach Fire Rescue Dispatch confirmed the information, says it sent an additional engine to assist Horry County. We're waiting on a call back for more information. We'll be back in just a little bit. David?
Thank you so much, Mandy. Money troubles are behind a major shift happening at a local hospital in the PD. Right now, the future of Marlboro Park Hospital is uncertain this morning. The parent company of the Marlboro Park Hospital and Chesterfield General Hospital announced that next month it will no longer run the two facilities. Officials say it's because they're simply losing money. McLeod Regional has already signed a letter of intent to run Chesterfield's facility, but they say studies are needed to see what can still be offered at Marlboro Park. Many are mourning the death of Horry County Councilman Bob Grabowski. Those who knew Grabowski best say he took pride in being the voice of the people, especially first responders. Authorities say Grabowski took his own life on Tuesday afternoon, his body found behind PTR Industries. The Horry County coroner says Grabowski died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the right side of his head. State Representative Alan Clemens was a good friend of Grabowski's and hopes people will focus on his life and everything he did for the people of Horry County.
As Bob's passing fades and his memory remains, it will be more about the Bob Grabowski, the public servant. It's truly, he did find happiness in public service.
Visitation for Grabowski will be Friday night from 6 to 8 at the Goldfinch Funeral Home. The memorial services will be held Saturday at 11 a.m. His family is asking you to make a donation to the Horry County Teens and Infant Shelter in his name instead of sending flowers. Driving a moped drunk, perfectly legal here in the state of South Carolina, believe it or not. It's a loophole that could soon close, though. Earlier this week, Senator Greg Hembry and his state Senate Transportation Subcommittee passed a measure that would ban drunk driving on mopeds. It would put them under the same laws that apply to cars and motorcycles. Lawmakers are also discussing other legislation like requiring reflective vests be worn while operating a moped and having a continuous red flashing light in the rear of all mopeds. The owner of Beach Cruise and Rentals supports the changes.
The more attention that you draw to that moped, the less likely there's going to be an accident.
The measure passed the full Transportation Committee on Wednesday. It will now be on the Senate calendar for consideration come April 14th. We keep hearing a lot about new homes being built, one after another, especially in some hot spots in our area, like the Market Common. Katrina Helmer is live at one of the newer neighborhoods off Faro Parkway. Katrina, where are all these new home buyers coming from?
Well, from what I'm hearing from local builders and local real estate experts, it's a combination of people moving in from out of state and people just relocating with the same area, but they're doing it at a much faster rate than we've seen in a really long time. That's why neighborhoods like Crestwind are clearing more space for more new homes. Now, the U.S. Census Bureau just recently listed the Grand Strand as the second fastest growing metropolitan area in the country. That covers Conway, Myrtle Beach, and North Myrtle Beach. And research from Coastal Carolina University shows that since 1990, our population has nearly doubled. With that, we've doubled the demand for new housing. Local real estate experts predict 1/3 of the market is buying secondary homes, vacation homes, and investment properties. The other third is just homeowners relocating within the market or switching from renting to owning. The final third being families or retirees moving in from out of town. And all of those categories in recent years are growing equally as fast.
People are actually retiring here, so it's obviously our climate and our beach area and our low property taxes, and they come down, they make big north money and come down here and live cheap in the great climate. So that's why it's been such a big hit on that note.
The Crestwind neighborhood has a proposal in front of the city for 86 more lots, but when I spoke with the vice president of Coulter Homes, he tells me they're actually planning on adding 133 more homes. Now, they started clearing sites for these homes just this week, and he tells me that their neighborhood caters to active adult living, so their residents are purchasing these homes right now as secondary homes. Once they finally retire, they will move down here permanently. Live in Myrtle Beach, Katrina Helmer, WMBF News.
And more details for you about the housing market. Across the U.S., people bought more vacation homes last year, and according to a report from the National Association of Realtors, it found 21% of all homes bought last year were vacation homes. That's the highest level of vacation home purchasing since 2003. And as Katrina just told you, the most popular locations for looking for that second home or vacation home is, not surprisingly, the beach. An arrest has been made in the case of a man who received a severe beating in Bennettsville. Dwight Hicks has been charged now with attempted murder. Bennettsville police believe Hicks beat a man in the head with a bat or pipe on Easterling Street Sunday. The victim was able to make it to a nearby home before collapsing. The people inside that home called 911 for help. The victim remains in the hospital recovering from his injuries. An update for you now. 2 more people facing charges for an armed robbery at a Florence liquor store. Police say Brian Maynor and Sonny Harden are arrested Tuesday afternoon, both charged with conspiracy and armed robbery. Officers believe they joined Little Jack Thomas to rob the OM liquor store on South Irby Street Monday night. One man pointed a gun at the store employee, threatened to shoot her, grabbed the money from the register. Another suspect watched the door. The man police say is responsible for a murder in Lumberton now behind bars this morning. 20-year-old Walter McCoy Jr. has now been charged with the murder of William Covington. Police say the deadly shooting happened on Lambeth Street early Tuesday morning. McCoy is also facing weapons and drug charges. The department credits tips from the public for helping them make this arrest. In a developing story, the controversy surrounding religious freedom laws in Arkansas and Indiana are expected to change. Lawmakers worked into the night trying to find a compromise to legislation that many believe allows business owners to refuse service to gay and lesbian customers. NBC's Jay Gray now with the latest.
Let's take the elevator, I think.
Time is running out for lawmakers scrambling to try and modify Indiana's religious freedom restoration law before the Easter break, which starts tomorrow, and the Final Four, which tips off in Indianapolis this weekend.
We just are going to fix it. We've got to bring this to a close in a positive way, reassuring everyone that Indiana does not discriminate.
We are Arkansas! The clock is ticking in Arkansas as well, where Wednesday Governor Asa Hutchinson refused to sign a similar measure, urging lawmakers to remove and reword parts of the bill to ensure business owners can't deny services to gays and lesbians by citing religious beliefs.
My position is clear. I've asked them to remedy it. I've asked them to change the current law, and I've asked them to recall it and change the language on it.
Opponents say it's a start.
To me, it's just this huge glimmer of hope that things might start to change here.
But others want the governor to go one step further.
He needs to veto it outright. There's just nothing else to say about that.
Though clearly many still have something to say about the issue.
To each his own.
I think that Governor Hutchinson should veto it.
And the ongoing debate. Jay Gray, NBC News, Indianapolis.
New this morning, more than 750 people are now suing Johns Hopkins Hospital and University. They claim in a series of medical experiments in Guatemala in the 1940s and 50s, they infected them with syphilis, gonorrhea, and other sexually transmitted diseases. It was through a U.S. government program between 1945 and 1956. An attorney for Hopkins calls the suit baseless. A federal judge dismissed a lawsuit against the U.S. government involving the same study. That happened in 2012. Lent is increasing the demand for seafood. We're looking to see if the prices will have you giving up more for that holiday meal.
And you're taking a live look over Myrtle Beach right now. It's going to be sunny and breezy this afternoon. I'll have your full First Alert forecast in just a couple minutes.